Yo, so what's quack-a-lackin', guys? Gonna be taking a look at the Zhalo Supercell. More like pooper cells. Am I right? No, I'm wrong. So, this gun's actually incredible. It's probably my most used one from the new DLC. So let's take a look at what this thing is capable of. Arc projectiles have the chance to chain lightning when enemies are close together. Key emphasis on the word chance. It's not always guaranteed, so sometimes it has value, sometimes it doesn't. It is, of course, arc primary, which makes it very valuable. Out of the, I guess, options here, I would say stick to either smart drift control or ballistics. I generally pick smart drift because, well, it's smart. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Persistence really does come in handy with this weapon right here. I go with hammer forged. Rifled barrel's not the worst option in the world, but reloading on this gun really can be a drag, so especially for PvP, I'd say hammer forged is the better option between the two. And brace frame, I'd say ignore at all points. It's just not worth the lower magazine count. It's not going to make up for it in PvP, and it's not going to be that valuable in PvE. Bolts from the blue. Double kills with this weapon charge a small amount of super energy and return ammo to the magazine. This is clearly a PvE one. Doesn't mean you can't get something out of it in PvP. It just definitely values PvE. So, how does it work in PvP? I'll tell you, man. So the Supercell is really interesting in PvP. It's definitely one of the more reliable, close to medium range auto rifles in the game for a few different reasons. Number one being that it's pretty much the same thing as the Monte Carlo. The stability can be rough, but if you learn to tame the beast, it will obey you at every means. So realistically, you just kind of have a glorified Monte Carlo with this thing. You got the high rate of fire, decent damage output, roughly around, you know you're going to juggle around 20 precision damage depending on your range of this thing. But for the most part, those other abilities aren't going to really matter too much. Occasionally you'll get the chain thing working and you'll peel a little bit of extra on some of the enemies. But to be honest, the electric tickle is usually not that common in this game. They have to be close enough to actually have that chain lightning effect to even happen, if it does in fact play by chance. So again, it's not the greatest, but it does happen, and when it does happen, it's really cool if they're like all clumped up on an objective. So that's fun and all. As for its final perk, the reloading thing, that generally is not going to happen unless the enemies are already weak. It has to be a double kill for the ammo regeneration. And again, not going to be something you see too much, but it does come in play. Also, that extra charge to your super can't hurt either. So let's talk about the area where this thing just absolutely dominates the competition. This is a PvE monster. This thing was blessed by the god Zeus himself. The electrical charge, the abilities, it's kind of like the bad juju with the regenerative mag. But to be honest, it's better in some situations, and that's what makes it so amazing. It's like the juju on roids. So, what I like about this thing is, of course, the bolts from the blue ability. The double kills with this weapon charge a small amount of super energy and return ammo to the magazine. Now, generally, if that perk wasn't on there, I would say, hey, always focus the majors. You know, if there's a fallen captain and a bunch of little, you know, critters around him, focus the captain because that chain lightning's going to kill the smaller, weaker adds while taking down that captain at the same time. I generally advise against that. The more you use this thing, the more valuable you realize that super generation is super important to what you do. You can start getting those orbs out for your teammates and start using your super far more common than you normally would have. So what you're going to do is always focus the weaker creatures. If you got piles of thralls, acolytes, dregs, focus them before you start worrying about the big guys. I know the bigger guys are a threat, but the more of those you kill, the quicker your super regenerates. The magazine is probably going to get filled up by the time you're done with them anyways. And then you focus your attention on the majors and your yellow names and you know, the captains and stuff. So it's kind of weird, but once you start to train yourself to do that, you're going to see the true value of this weapon peek its head out. Now, again, the chain lightning is very valuable. It comes in handy so easy in this game. And that's what makes this thing such a dangerous PvE beast. You do considerable damage and poke in kind of an AoE area with that chain lightning damage, but you also get the regenerating mag for the weaker creatures. You get the super generation. You couple that with something like your Night Stalker and the orb generation. This thing is a nasty primary to have, and again, you can't go wrong with it being an exotic primary that also is arc damage, which means it can drop shields too. Again, another edge that it has over something like the bad juju. So, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the gameplay, be sure to leave a like and support this video. Subscribe for future Taken King gameplays and more gun reviews. And if you want to continue browsing the channel, feel free to click one of the videos on your screen. Have a great evening and leave a comment and let me know what gun you would like to see next.